Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I wanted to talk about some solo queue strategies. Depending on how well this video does, I was thinking of making this into a series where I provide some solo attack and defense strats you can use that don't rely on direct communication with your team or queuing with anyone necessarily. You can simply use these positions and routes all by yourself. That way you have some sense of strategy and don't go into ranked completely clueless as to what you should do. Solo queuing is difficult. You can start getting away with it once you're high plat or diamond, but for the lower ranks, I definitely know it's hard to succeed when it seems your team has no sense of direction, no communication, and possible toxicity. To a certain degree, you will have to hope your teammates can carry themselves, however, which is just going to be the luck of the draw. I'm not expecting these strategies or routes to equal you acing every round, and neither should you when you risk solo queuing. Rainbow Six was meant to be played as a team, but sometimes you have no choice but to go at it alone. I hope you'll be better suited when you encounter these maps and bomb sites and can still have a great chance of winning solo. So let's alternate attack and defense for some of my favorite strategies and routes that I use that are fairly easy to use when playing solo. First, let's take a look here on tower. My favorite spot to hide and wait is on the first floor behind the main reception desk. By throwing 2 Ella mines on each side of the desk hidden by the plants, you'll be able to give yourself perfect audio cues for when your opponents are close. Now, this strategy is ultimately best done with Ella because they'll be stunned and essentially useless to your quick pop-up, but you don't have to use her necessarily. I found you can pretty much use any operator to get at least 1 kill most times. If the bomb site is upstairs, this probably isn't the best spot, but hey, you never know. Ella is definitely an operator I recommend when solo queuing, not solely for her insane magazine size, but because of her mines. They act as extra eyes and ears, alerting you to enemy movement to which you can place over a great expanse to have the most intel. This is much needed when you solo queue and may or may not have teammates communicating with you. Over on Skyscraper, I've started attacking from the first floor and working my way up. Since the number 1 bomb site choice is Tea Room Karaoke, I like attacking here from this opposite side. I'll hunt down roamers first and clear as much territory as I can as I approach the objective. The nice thing about approaching from the east and master bedroom is that you shouldn't run into anyone there. I say shouldn't because typically there isn't a reason for someone to be this far off site, but the place you typically see people are going to be in the packaging room or even a pulse in the kitchen. This entry is far enough off those locations to not make much noise when entering, providing for a great sneak up and entry. As far as attacking operators, I prefer to run Ash or Sledge for their soft breach ability. It's quick and it feels the most comfortable to have. If I want to give myself more utility for planting the bomb, I'll choose Capitao, as his smokes can cover a plant and the firebolts can protect the bomb from being diffused. On the defensive side, Pulse is the way to go on Skyscraper. Since most of the first defensive holds will be upstairs, having a Pulse downstairs ready to nitro and deny a plant is amazing. I'll typically start off the defense with a run out towards the northeast. This doorway isn't something most attackers look at first, providing an easy quick advantage for attackers shooting the camera. Moving into the round, I'll just lurk downstairs listening for explosions and paying attention to my cardiac sensor for when I should nitro. Just remember you can't nitro the floor to drum, and you definitely don't want to detonate a nitro when they're still out on the balcony. Other than that, it's a simple defensive roaming strategy. Over on Oregon, my newfound love is pulsing from Armory to the garage. I try and take full control of the upstairs and hold it for as long as possible before I have to rotate back downstairs. The floor is entirely shoot-throughable, if that's even a word. It's not, okay, but I'll just line people up in my cardiac sensor and fire on through the floorboards. If I ever have to fall back, I'll retreat into the master bedroom and utilize the sensor to let me know when my opponents are closing in. Now, to clarify, I am recommending a lot of roaming strategies because that's what's comfortable for me. I hate being cooped up in the objective even when I solo queue. I'd rather be moving and relocating because that works best with my playstyle. These strategies aren't hard for anyone to learn, so definitely give it a shot even if you have a more passive anchor playstyle. But I think it's also important to notice the defenders that will most effectively help with solo queuing on defense are going to be the operators that give you extra intel, audio, or visual. Operators like Pulse, Legion, Ella, and Valkyrie would be my number 1 picks because it's almost like having extra eyes and ears despite playing alone. If you are to roam, definitely try and snag one of these operators to help you with that strategy. On the attacking side of Oregon, basically a similar concept to the Skyscraper push, I prefer to attack from the farthest location possible, the small tower. I like working my way to the objective, clearing as many rooms as possible to give myself a shorter list of rooms with potential for the enemy to be in. Soft breachers are definitely the most comfortable, but if I don't trust my teammates to get the hatches open for a downstairs push, I'll go ahead and bring Habana to make sure those get open. Either way, guys, be sure to save both drones as you'll want as much knowledge on the surrounding objective. Drones will be your best friend in solo queue, so save your drones in the prep phase, set it up by your first entry point, pick it up or keep droning once you get inside, and then approach. Rarely do I ever just speed on in as you see here, but sometimes when the objective is right for the taking, you might as well just send it. Over on Clubhouse, my favorite roaming location is here in the office behind the desk. You can hide in the corner where only half your body is showing, forcing drones to actively check behind the desk in order to see you. Luckily, most people won't be that thorough since the upstairs really isn't something most people will hide in for a basement defense. But hey, their laziness is your opportunity. For the most part, I'll wait until about a minute is left on the clock and the attacking team is trying to drop down hatches or go down the main stairs. The important thing about this strategy is that once you make your flank, you need to keep moving with it. Never stop and reload after just one kill. Instead, immediately listen and look out for the next attacker, as most of the time there will be more than one. Over on border for the attacking team pushing the armory lockers, I'll typically choose Sledge or Ash to quickly enter from the custom inspection southwest side. Legit, no matter the platform, I've found that these main stairs are rarely guarded. The faster I get in, the better, as for some reason it seems the defense is never fully set up. Now this push is a high risk, high reward. Majority of the time I end up getting a kill and being traded off immediately. But when you get in and get that quick frag and can keep yourself attentive to the other panicking defenders, it might just work out nicely. This is currently the only strategy I use on attacking border, but without fail, I try it every time. It's pretty exhilarating, especially if you manage to hop in that armory desk closet without anyone noticing. Over on bank, one of the few sites I will actually anchor is downstairs in the vault area. I'll typically set up as rook or dock and go for my typical peek on the main ladder. Most people still don't know you will be defenseless as you pop your head over when reaching the top of the ladder, so consider this a warning to all of you to rappel up instead of using the ladder. From there, I'll retreat back downstairs to hold my angle from behind the bomb site. Another method I use is to run Legion and just guard the server room stairs. I'll stockpile Legions in front of dirt tunnel and top of stairs and just wait for anyone trying to hit the bomb site. It does a pretty good job and keeps me close to sight in case something goes down. On cafe attack, I will always without question try and approach from the terrace doorway and quickly run into reading room. Taking control of reading room is huge because it's a pivot point. It's great to hit with Buck as you can skeleton key the ceiling to see the objective when it's upstairs, and it provides a great angle into the fireplace room for anyone trying to rotate in between train and dining. Definitely try and take this room fast if you can. On Consulate, if you're having to defend the first floor objectives, I prefer to run smoke from above in the meeting room. I'll shotgun the floor to give myself sightlines downstairs and try and deny anyone coming to the front door to plant. Smoke is great because you're going to want to deny a Montane or even a Glass from pushing through the smoke to get a plant off. I might work my way down the back stairs to peek from the windows, as applying pressure from the windows will instill fear in the attacking team, making them uncertain as to which window they should be looking at given there are so many. This spot is nice because everything you see is all the intel you really need to defend this site. You don't have to rely on callouts for the main door, you simply have to smoke it out when the clock winds down. Finally, on the attacking side of Consulate, if I'm attacking the upstairs, I'll rappel on this south side window to get a look into meeting room, which is objective A. This window is nice because there are a lot of sightlines and potential to catch a defender rotating. You'll have eyes on bathroom, connector, and meeting, and quite possibly even bomb site B if they have a rotate hole at the connector wall. This spot might be risky to not take Blackbeard for extra protection, but anytime I've done it, I've typically had great success. That's it for today, guys. Hope these spots were helpful. Again, my goal was to give you guys some brief strategies and routes that I'm currently using that are working for me. I'd love to make a part 2 with more if it's something you guys would enjoy to help you guys better your independence and ability to take control all on your own. Rainbow was meant to be a team game, however, so never forget that. Solo queuing is risky and could result in more losses than wins, but if I can help you try and shift that balance by providing you some successful strategies, then I'll do my very best. Take it easy, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.